Dungeons. Longer than a strike, yet shorter than a raid. The perfect activity for a team of 3 to challenge themselves and get some sweet loot. But you've read the title. You know what's coming. Yes, I'll be doing the new Duality dungeon solo without dying, aka flawless, but you get it. A lot went into what I was going to use weapon-wise, since I refused to go easy mode and just abuse the mini-hammer with synthos for ridiculous damage. I needed to think over what was best for me. I ended up with Wither Horde, a glaive, and a fallen guillotine void sword. Now, the Wither Horde and the spinny sword are self-explanatory. Wither Horde for tick damage and the sword is the main boss-dealing weapon. Now, why the glaive? In comes the new seasonal artifact mod, Glaive of Dreams. While you have a glaive equipped, the unstable essence buff gained by picking up objects dropped by nightmares has double its normal duration. This little thing comes in helpful for the first boss, which is where I'm at. For this encounter, I want to trigger the bell with my glaive, enter the other domain, and look for the 2 scions and pick up the flags they drop. Little tip for all of you, keep an eye on your radar. You can tell on which of the 4 rooms they will be by paying attention to the red radar pings. Once the 2 flags are picked up, I kill the 2 bell keepers to make the bell open up, trigger it, and teleport back. Whichever 2 I picked up, I go and dunk them. I make sure to only dunk 1 flag at a time, kill the 2 bell keepers, and quickly head into the room. My shield is really helping me stay alive here and provides me with a sunspot and cover. A Colossus spawns and I take care of him. Once I'm comfortable, I trigger the bell with my glaive in the room, which teleports me. Here I can take my time since it's not DPS time yet. After clearing the hallway, the door at the end of it opens up, revealing the bell keepers. I kill them both and proceed to teleport myself out. Now wait, before I clear this room, a quick message from today's sponsor, Raid Shed. I'm just kidding, there is no sponsor here. I need to talk about something though. The Glaive of Dream mod. See those little red balls that the projections drop? Yeah, picking those up gives me a massive damage boost that I definitely want. With this mod, it extends the timer of the buff to 30 seconds. Sounds good, doesn't it? Well, it's bugged. If you at any point swap to your glaive after having picked up the last buff, it glitches out and removes 20 seconds from your buff. So I made sure to never swap to my glaive during the second clearing of the hallway. Okay, now that that's cleared, let's move on. I pick up the last buff, open the door and kill both bell keepers. I fly to the middle of the arena and look for the boss. Once I have found him, I stick him with a Wither Horde, pop a shield for cover and healing, and go to town on him with my sword. If I'm ever weak, my exotic helmet procs, drops me a sunspot and heals me. I also throw a healing at myself whenever I see fit, making sure to stop DPS at exactly 10 seconds, so I have enough time to go back to the bell and end damage phase. From here, it's a simple rinse and repeat till we get him low enough for the finishing blow. I will let past Syncro take over so you can see the live kill. Perfect. First boss is dead, just like that. GG's. After a couple jumps here and there and some rotating of some statues, I arrived at the second encounter. This one doesn't really have one big chunky boss, but 3 mini bosses. Before we get to that though, loadout. Here I swapped to my Osteostriga for ad clear and DOT or damage over time for the boss and the ads. My special is the Forbearance, an arc wave gel which helps me out a lot with the shield phalanxes in the other dimension, and it's just really good in general since I have controlled demolition on it, which makes everything blow up. For the main boss dealing weapon, I went with the new heavy linear Storm Chaser. With my mods also swapped towards linears, I'm ready to take the second encounter on, starting by going underneath both staircases and killing the bell keepers, then looking at what flags I need to pick up. Once I have identified the 2 correct flags, I port myself over and head to the right section. Here's where the wave gel comes in clutch. To make the flag bearer spawn, I need to kill the Colossus at the top of the stairs and all the ads around him, including some shield phalanxes. Normally they would be annoying to deal with, but the wave frame goes underneath them and makes quick work of them. I only pick up 1 flag at a time since there's not really enough time to pick up both, and I don't need the extra time stress. After I have the flag, I make my way back to the middle, always using my shoulder charge to speed things up to make sure I don't run out of time. I kill the bell keepers. A lot of bell keeper killing in this dungeon, eh? Luckily, they don't spawn random. They will always spawn at the opposite side of what bell you shot to got here.
What the fuck does that even mean?
So if I shot the top stairs, I knew the bell keepers would be bottom stairs in the red room. I get out, dunk the flag and repeat it. Onto damage phase. Pretty simple. None of the bosses or encounters have a rage timer, so I can take it slow. Using my super and the Osteo burn to do as much damage as I can. After that, I immediately go up to the top stairs. Pop my barricade to stay safe and unload some heavy on him. He dies. I repeat all this 2 more times, the exact same way, granting me the victory and allowing me to move forward to the final boss. And here we are. Nightmare of Keitel? Seitel? Keitel?
I have no idea.
The final boss of this dungeon standing before me and my solo flawless victory and a rare, sweet new emblem. Let's see how I did. For this encounter, I decided to go with the trusted Osteo Strieger as my primary, my Storm Chaser as my DPS weapon, and a fusion rifle. Yes, a fusion rifle. You see, I had an Adept Plug 1 hiding in my vault with one specific perk: Bottomless Grief. Being the last standing member of your fire team makes it so getting a kill refills my magazine fully, allowing for infinite uptime. It will be my main bell-keeping counter once we are in the DPS phase. Or so I thought. For whatever reason, Bottomless Grief doesn't work when you're soloing a dungeon. I didn't find it out till later in the run, but oh well. I also made sure to swap to the right mods, that being fusion mods, and I was ready. Since I know there's no enraged hammer, I can take things slowly, using my Osteo to clear out all the ads one by one. Poison spreading is also very helpful. After making sure all the bell keepers are dead, I make sure to look at the 4 plates and memorize which flags I need to pick up. After doing so, I position myself on one of the correct platforms, shoot the bell across from me, and we're in the upside down. Since I was right on the platform, I can easily kill the first Scion and pick up the flag he drops. After that, I drop to the middle, making sure to clear as many ads as I can. The Osteo poison spread coming in clutch to deal with the bell keepers and dogs. Having cleared some of the ads, I make my way towards the second Scion, eliminate him, and pick up his flag. Having both correct flags on me, it's time for me to go back. A quick bell trigger makes it happen. Once we are back, I go and dunk the first flag, which makes a wave of Scions and Solar Shielded enemies spawn. Taking my time before dunking the second one, I make sure to take things slowly and primary as many as I can. I dunked the second flag and it's now DPS time. Little tip for if any of you guys watching want to attempt this: after you shoot a chain to initiate the DPS phase, you can shoot the middle bell to get teleported early and start working on the bell keepers. I use my super to clear or damage them as much as possible. I only have 5 seconds at most before the boss shows up, so I always make sure to keep an eye on her. She went middle, which makes things easier for me. I run to the bell, wait for her to be closer, and then shoot it to stun her and give me the damage buff I need. Before doing that though, I position my shield either on the left or right side of the bell, proccing my sunspot, but also blocking off that sniper on that side. Because trust me, those snipers will flinch the hell out of you and kill you before you even know it. Linear time. Unloading a few rounds and it's already time to rotate it. Boss goes to the right, so that's where I'll be heading to. And that's where I messed up. I forgot to kill the bell keepers on the right. Realizing that, I tried to rush over, but unfortunately the bell keepers pushed me away with the blast, making me unable to kill them and shoot the bell to stun the boss so she teleports back. That's okay though. I know I can do it. I repeat the previous steps, remembering the need to pick up Chalice and Sun. Or so I thought. I completely messed up here. It was Sun and Axes, but for some dumb reason I thought it was Chalice instead of Axe, costing me the run due to me shooting the wrong Scion. At first I didn't understand what just happened, but a quick VOD review and my chat laughing at me and calling me dumb for messing that up, I figured it out. My very first try at soloing the dungeon flawlessly, it wasn't bad. But you read the title. You know this is a video about me completing it and not just trying it. With that in mind, let's head on over to my second attempt, which happened straight after. Mine is the quick toilet break ahead, of course. I reset my checkpoint, load up the dungeon, and we go again. Quick trip to the first boss, easy 3 pays. Couple jumps later, I'm at the second encounter. Having done this before, I flew through it, more jumps later, and I'm back at the boss. Now before I attempt this boss again, I made some changes to my loadout. First, I put on Bonk Hammer. Now wait! I know I said I wouldn't use hammers.
Why did you lie?
I'm only using it once on the boss, and not for damage, but for proccing Radiant, which gives me a boost in weapon damage of 15 seconds.
I don't know. I think that's a bit dodgy, mate.
Second, I swapped my useless Bottomless Grief fusion to a Reservoir Burst Subsistence Glacioclasm, allowing me to easily one-tap the Bellkeepers if the need ever occurred. After all that, it was time. I start the encounter, killing ads, memorizing 2 correct flags, and head to the upside down. I easily pick up both, teleport back, and initiate the damage phase, using the middle bell to teleport myself early, popping my super to clear as many bell keepers as I can, and it's go time. Boss goes to the right, so I make sure the bell keepers are dead. After popping my shield, blocking one side of the snipers, I activate the bell, stunning the boss. This is where the hammer comes into play. I hit her with it to make myself radiant for 15 seconds, which is a huge help in DPS. Unloading a lot of heavy and putting in some good damage, she moves to the opposite side of the arena. Luckily, I kill one of the bell keepers, which made his backpack explode, killing the second one instantly. Trigger the bell, shield pop, hammer throw, and back to dealing damage. After this one, she moves to the last bell, which is in the middle. I repeat what I do on every bell, use my shield for cover and healing, and go to town. After this, the DPS phase is over, and let me tell you, the damage I did was insane, almost making me believe I can 2-phase here. Trying to calm myself, I kept talking to myself during various encounters, resulting in some funny and weird speeches. Boys, girls, that's almost half! Now rinse and repeat. Kill ads, remember which 2 flags I need, teleport over, pick them both up, come back, Dunk, teleport again. I yet again triggered the middle bell to be sent over and damage the bellkeepers as much as possible. Boss right, so am I. Shield, melee, shoot. Swap sides, shield, melee, shoot. Last bell made me realize I didn't have enough for a clean 2-phase, so I didn't risk it. Leaving the boss on low HP, I knew that if I could just make it to the next damage phase, I had this in the bag. I headed into the last damage phase more nervous than ever. Boss went left, which was a bit annoying since I haven't killed those bellkeepers yet. Luckily, I was still in my super, so I was able to quickly defeat them. I ring the bell, put up my shield, and throw my hammer. Seeing how I'm this close, I didn't want to risk the boss rotating somewhere where I haven't killed the bellkeepers yet, so I stopped DPS early to make sure wherever she goes, I'd have enough time to clear bellkeepers. Luckily, she went middle, I trigger what I believe to be the last bell, pop my last shield, and through a lot of flinch, the kill was mine. I have successfully done it, but let past me show you the reaction. Let's go! And that's how you solo flawless the new dungeon without abusing hammers, baby! Let's go!
Jesus Christ.
Solo flawless duality dungeon completed on my second attempt ever. And all I got was this lousy emblem. And that's how I did it. Hey everyone, I want to thank you all very much for making it this far into the video. A lot of hard work went into this from both me and my editor, shout out Stonewall. So if you did enjoy it, I would highly appreciate you guys liking this video, commenting down below if you enjoyed watching it, and last but not least, I would really like you guys to consider subscribing. Anyways, thank you all for being here, I wish you all a good rest of the day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.